Hello everyone, welcome back here to the channel. My name is Scott, it's great to be here and I'm so happy that you're here watching as we have another song. I'm on the song series and I did We Are the Champions previously. I'm going to stay with the Queen theme, and this time I want to present parts of the lyrics, the expressions that come from Another One Bites the Dust. Another One Bites the Dust. Now the song itself, titled Another One Bites the Dust, do you understand what that means? It's not a good meaning. Bites the dust means to die, that's what it means. Another one is another person there. So the song is kind of combative and sounds like more gangster-like. So another one bites the dust, another person dies. Bite the dust comes from bite the dust meaning that the person dies. That's the title of the song and also in the lyrics as well. Another one bites the dust. The next one is hanging on the edge of your seat. Hanging on the edge of your seat. And then after that, I want to do took me for everything I had. Took me for everything I had. And then after that, we're going to go with kicked me out on my own. Kicked me out on my own. Followed by stand the heat. Stand the heat. Next up is bring him to the ground. The lyrics in the song have a him there, so bring him, bring somebody to the ground. And lastly is standing on my own 2 feet, which is kind of finishes in a good way. Those are the 8 of them. I think there's 8 of them, or there's 7 of them, that I want to present here today. Next up, I'd like to go into the same expressions done by different speakers from around the world. As always, we have our wonderful teachers from Canada, England, the US, and Japan. Let's listen to the 4 teachers here, the 4 different pronunciations of these same expressions. Let's listen.
Another one bites the dust. Hanging on the edge of your seat. Took me for everything I had. Kicked me out on my own. Stand the heat. Bring him to the ground. Standing on my own 2 feet.
Another one bites the dust. Hanging on the edge of your seat. Took me for everything I had. Kicked me out on my own. Stand the heat. Bring him to the ground. Standing on my own 2 feet.
Another one bites the dust. Hanging on the edge of your seat. Took me for everything I had. Kicked me out on my own. Stand the heat. Bring him to the ground. Standing on my own 2 feet.
Another one bites the dust. Hanging on the edge of your seat. Took me for everything I had. Kicked me out on my own. Stand the heat. Bring him to the ground. Standing on my own 2 feet.
Okay everyone, hope you enjoyed the different pronunciation there as always. Next up, I just want to go into the linking aspect of these expressions, and I'll get into the meaning, and then we're going to do some pronunciation practice as well. So the first one is another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Now another one can go link nicely together. Another one bites the dust, which don't really link but another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust, linking on that one. Next one gets some good linking in there. Hanging on the edge of your seat. Hanging on the edge of your seat. And they link in there nicely as well. Took me for everything I had. Took me for everything I had. Everything I had will also link in there very nicely. Took me doesn't as much, so I got the K and the M. So took me for everything I had. Took me for everything I had. After that is kicked me out on my own. Kicked me out, kicked me out on my own. Also kicked me out and also on my own, on my own, on my own. Especially the my own will link, the Y and my and the O and own. My own. Kicked me out on my own. Next is just the 3 words, stand the heat. Stand the heat. Stand the heat. followed by bring him to the ground. Now the him, you can cut the H off there pretty well, so bring him becomes bring him to the ground. And also to the ground will link in there nicely as well. Bring him to the ground. And finally, standing on my own 2 feet. Standing on my own 2 feet. Before we had hanging on and standing on, they both link in there nicely. Standing on my own 2 feet. My own as well, my own 2 feet. Okay, everybody? That's the linking part of it. The more you practice that, the smoother and the linking process will become smoother and also easier to say. Hopefully so. Okay, everybody. I want to go into the meaning of these now, which is, bridal in this case. What are these? Another one bites the dust, I explained, where somebody dies, another person dies, another one bites the dust. Think of somebody being shot and falling to the ground in the Old West, in the Wild West in America. The dust kicks up and another one bites the dust, where that person has died. Hanging on the edge of your seat. Now, if you're sitting down and the more anxious or the more nervous that you become, you kind of move forward on your seat. So hanging on the edge of your seat is the idea the situation is very tense. You feel nervous, thrilled, excited perhaps, so you're hanging on the edge of your seat. That's what that means there. Took me for everything I had, unfortunately, is not such a good one. Took me to be taken. Somebody deceived you, swindled you, cheated you, and unfortunately, you lost everything. Your money, your possessions, your property, whatever it is, took me for everything I had. Hopefully that does not happen, but that's the idea. You lost everything there. Next up is kicked me out on my own. Now, for kicked me out on my own, if you get kicked out of something, whether it's your home or a room or a building, you have to leave there. So think of it as your apartment. If you had not paid the rent or you did something wrong, you get kicked out. Like, be kicked out means you have to leave your residence. And kicked me out on my own, I don't have anybody or anything. Maybe I have things, but I don't have anybody I can depend on. I'm by myself. I'm on my own now after being kicked out. Maybe I did something bad, so I was kicked out. Stand the heat, which means stand the pressure. So the pressure builds more and more. It gets hot. The heat equals the pressure. Now, if you stand it, you're able to put up with it and bear with it and persevere. You do not succumb or fall to the heat. This is also good for the hot weather that we have here in Japan, where it gets very hot and humid. So if you're able to stand the heat, meaning you're able to put up with the severe high temperatures and severe humidity. So stand the heat. This idea in the song is to stand the pressure, put up with the pressure. After that, we have bring him to the ground. Bring him to the ground. It's a hymn in the song here. To bring somebody to the ground is to defeat that person. That person is defeated. So he is brought from a standing position, so to say, to the ground, defeated. Not a good thing. But the last one is a good one, is standing on my own 2 feet. That means I'm able to overcome whatever difficulty or challenge was presented to me. And I was able to stand on my own 2 feet and defeat it. I was not taken to the ground. I was not kicked out. I was able to stand on my own 2 feet, able to persevere and succeed. That's to stand on your own 2 feet. And idea there as well, not depending on anybody else. I'm able to stand on my own 2 feet and do it, overcome it by myself. That's the idea. It's very good. Like that one. I want to work a little bit on the pronunciation of these. So why don't you repeat after me? I'm going to go back to the beginning, the first one here. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Your turn? Great. Next one was hanging on the edge of your seat. Hanging on the edge of your seat. You try that one? Wonderful there. Took me for everything I had. Took me for everything I had. Great. I didn't say your turn, but I think you knew it was your turn. Very good there. Kicked me out on my own. Let's try that one. Kicked me out on my own. Your turn here. Kicked me out on my own. Primo. Stand the heat. I had stand the heat. Stand the heat. You try that one. That's great. And bring him or bring him to the ground. I'm going to do the linking here. Bring him to the ground. Bring him to the ground. Your turn on this one. Wonderful there. And lastly, there's a nice finish here. Standing on my own 2 feet. Standing on my own 2 feet. You try that one as well. Great. I hope you're sitting as you're watching this. If you're standing, it's fine too. Standing on my own 2 feet. Those are the pronunciation parts of it. Now, know the proper pronunciation, the THs, the Rs, and L. They've been done before on videos on this channel as well. I'll refer back there if you need some extra practice there. Okay, everybody? Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed Queen's music, and I hope you enjoyed these songs as well. I plan to do more songs in the future as well. If you have any requests on any songs and the lyrics that you find maybe a little bit confusing, of course you can read the translation on these as well. But if you do have any questions, feel free to ask on the comment question area below. Like the video and subscribe. We'll have more good stuff coming in the future, near future. Until then, everybody, keep up the great work. Thanks for watching. We'll be back here again soon.